Hey everyone! So, in this episode today, I am going to be talking about how to handle people who can't be happy for you. So, that's what this topic is today for this episode for the Brenda Lee's podcast. All right? I think this podcast episode is going to be very helpful and useful for myself and for all of you as my listeners. So, let's get right into this topic for today. Has it ever happened that you excitedly told a family member or friend about your promotion or upcoming travel plans or a new home or business growth or new shoes or purchase of a new car? Well, you get the gist. And either they didn't react at all or they made a sarcastic or rude comment about you being successful, which a lot of the time they will do that. That's another reason how you would know that these people and these individuals are not happy for you in life. They're not happy with your success. They're not happy with your growth. They're not happy with how far you've come, the things you have done. Especially if they're always constantly making sarcastic comments all the time or just being sarcastic, period, when you try to tell them about the exciting things that you have going on. That's a big sign to let you know that they are not happy for you. There were a lot of times where people have made accomplishments in their life and came to me and told me about it and expected for me to just congratulate them and just go above and beyond. But then if it was something that I did and I would tell them about it, they were just so dry with their reaction, or their reaction just wasn't the same as a reaction I would give to them if they did something like big in their life. So it kind of made me feel a certain type of way. It's like I'm more happy for you when you do things than you are for me when I do things. That's kind of weird. Why is that? A few years ago, a friend of ours sold their company for a number that I can't even count. The couple was excited and overwhelmed by what their bank account and accountant told them. My husband and I were so inspired by their commitment, belief in the outcome of all, the hard work. We brought them a nice bottle of wine to celebrate. That's a beautiful thing that they brought them a little gift to celebrate their accomplishment that they've made. These friends shared their several people stopped talking to them once the news of their success hit the airwaves. See, you see how crazy that is? You see how crazy the switch up can get with people, especially when it comes to you or just anybody or any stories you hear about people making accomplishments and just doing big things in their life or just doing really well for themselves in life. How quickly and how fast individuals and people can switch up on them. People can switch up like a light bulb. They go on and they go off. It's so weird, but it's the truth. Like, people switch up so fast on you. And that's something that you really have to be aware of. You really have to have all ears, all everything needs to be in tune with what's going on. Don't be blinded by anything. I've said this before, and I'm going to keep saying that because it's the truth. You can't ignore the signs that's being shown to you. And, you know, those aren't true friends, because true friends will stick with you through everything, even through your accomplishments and your success and your achievements and everything that you do in your life. They will stick with you through it all. They're supposed to. A true friend would. But however, if they don't and they act as if they're against that or they're jealous or whatever the case may be, they're not your friend. I'm just going to put that out there right now. They're not your friend. If they're not being supportive of your growth and what you're doing in your life, they're not coming off like they're happy for you or they're happy with what you're doing, they are not your friend. Friends are supposed to be happy for you. They're supposed to cherish what you're doing, what you got going on, all those good things. And if they're not doing that, then they are not a true friend. Plain and simple. Is that sometimes when people notice or see that you're doing something more than what they're doing, or you're doing something better than what they're doing, they have a tendency to act like they have a problem or they have an issue with whatever you're doing or with whatever you have going on. It's so weird. It's a weird thing, but it's a real thing that people do, you know? So, how to handle those who can't be happy for you. Number one, be unapologetically you. You can't let comments from a jealous person question your self-worth. If their jealousy causes negative feelings for you, take care of yourself first. It's very important. These people, rather than investing their time in making their own lives better, try to bring others down. Sure, it hurts the most when it's a family member or a close friend who can't be pleased for you. That's very true. And honestly, people are going to hate you regardless whether you're doing right or wrong in life. And you are going to have a lot of haters in life. You are going to have a lot of people that's going to hate on your success and that's going to hate on the good that you're doing in your life. And it has a lot to do with their life and what they're not doing for themselves or what they're not doing right for themselves in life. But then when they see another person doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing for themselves in life, it makes them feel a certain type of way about their own life. And that's not really your problem if people do that. If people take the good that you're doing with your life for yourself as something to use towards themselves to bring themselves down because of whatever their life is like, that has nothing to do with you. And that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. That's a problem and an issue with them that they need to work out and figure out for themselves. That's just the truth. To reset your expectations. Sometimes you have to love people from afar to protect yourself. That's very true. Just like I say, I can be cordial and cool with people from afar. We don't have to always be face to face. We don't have to always hang out. We don't have to always talk. But we can just be cool from afar, and it can stay that way. Sometimes I don't really like people in my space all the time or in my face all the time or constantly feeling the need to want to be around me 24/7 throughout the day. I don't like all of that. I need my personal space and I need time to myself to do what I got to do for me, to get my head right, to clear my mind, and all of that. Do all the thinking and all the processing of my thoughts and everything when I'm around a bunch of people. I only can really do it when I'm by myself, and I do it best when I'm by myself because I'm able to really take that time for myself. I can't always do that when I'm around people. So you do what you got to do for yourself first. And like I always say, your peace comes before anything. Protect your peace like it's your own child. Protect your peace like you would protect anything else in your life. It's so important because sometimes you can be doing a lot of great good things in your life and people would still bring you down for it. There will always be somebody or some person that'll find some reason to bring you down for whatever good that you're doing in your life. It doesn't matter how good or how positive it is that you're doing or what you got going on. It's always going to be somebody that's going to have something negative to say. And you never want to tell things to people who make you second guess things that you're doing. If you feel and know in your heart that you're doing the right thing for yourself and that you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing in life, don't ever let nobody make you second guess what you're doing. Don't let nobody have you thinking like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing, or changing what you're supposed to be doing, whatever. Don't have nobody making you think any differently. If you know that you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing in this moment, you believe that and you stand on that and you run with that. And don't think no differently otherwise. Please don't. And don't allow people to make you think differently. Don't. And if you choose to always react and give a reaction to every little thing somebody say, then that's what you're going to do. Otherwise, if you choose to do it another way, then that's just what you do. But the choice is up to you. Only you can pick and choose how you choose to react to things that people do to you. That's nothing nobody else has control over but yourself. So whatever reaction you choose to give off to whatever is on you. Lord Jesus, it makes no sense to me. But you know why I don't get it? Because I'm not a jealous person. It's crazy because many people try to say I was jealous, but I'm not jealous. Never was. I've never been jealous of nobody a day in my life. I have no reason to be jealous of anybody. Nobody have anything I want for me to be jealous of them for. And even if they did, I still wouldn't be jealous. That's just so worthless, pointless. Life is so much more better. Like, what's the point? I don't get it. In the end, when you constantly keep reacting and responding to every little thing somebody say, it kind of just gets to a point where you just gotta let people say what they want to say and just go on about your life like they don't even exist. I kind of give people that energy, like I kind of hear what you're saying, but I also don't care either. And that's the energy I choose to carry with people trying to speak negatively to me and about me, because I've come to a point in my life where I don't care. I've got to a point where I cared enough to a point where I don't care anymore. I don't see the purpose or the meaning to care no more. I never had a real reason to care for real. These are people that I don't care about. Neither do I care what they have to say about me when they speak on me or talk about me. Because I know that the person that people try to label me as, I know that that's not who I am. And I know I'm somebody so much more better and brighter than that. And if no one else cannot see that for me like I see for myself, then I could care less. But what I'm not going to do is allow somebody to make me a bitter person because they want to talk down about me. That's your problem. Because in the end, that comes to show that you're more bitter than anybody because of how you talk about people and the things you say about people. And people don't realize that. You know, people put on a front a lot, and that's how a lot of people end up getting hurt and getting their feelings hurt, because they get blinded by these individuals and thinking that these individuals is not going to do them wrong or treat them in no other way. And then when they do, you be surprised by it, and you be sitting there trying to figure out why did it happen and why did they do it to you. The reason is because they was never really happy for you. They never really wanted these things for you that you've been doing for yourself to get yourself to where you are. Or maybe they just didn't see you in the position that you're in. Maybe they just didn't see that for you. Maybe they just didn't see you going down that path in your life. Maybe they just expected for you to have less out of life instead of having more. And because you thrived for more, they don't like that. And they're not happy with you because of that. That could be a whole nother situation in itself, too. So think about that. So, your best bet is to just do you and do what works for you. Okay, that's it. I've said my piece. I'm done. Bye, y'all.